The whole room is dancing to that jingle.
I feel like we should just. This is hilarious. We should just pull a Trump. We should just play music for the next 30 minutes.
Yeah, we're just gonna stand and put a song you want to hear in the
awesome.
comments, and we'll just keep playing.
Oh my
We'll
gosh.
get like his.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, gotta give a shout out to Doug and Donna in Saskatoon. They've been watching our episodes weekly and
biggest fans.
Now they could be family of mine, but we'll just leave that off the record.
Well, welcome to Live with Cale and Rob, the Big Whopper show.
Yes,
People are probably going, what are these guys talking about today with the Big Whopper? So Cale, up to you, because you brought on some ideas you wanted to chat about.
Yeah, well, we always talk about on the podcast the intersection of marketing and technology and how both of them are important. You can't have one or the other. You know, we've talked about that many of times, and I think that there's interesting creative that it's come. Honestly, probably 2018 and before, I loved a lot of the creative that McDonald's and Burger King were kind of going back and forth with each other on.
Well, and Pepsi and Coke and Now we
Even
got lazy.
Tim Hortons and Starbucks, I think, have done, or Tim's has done stuff. But I just think it's interesting to see businesses, one, try to integrate technology to help their marketing, or sometimes, it's marketing to help the technology. But so it was interesting because in 2018, McDonald's had 14,000 U.S. locations. Wow. Burger King only had 7,000. And so Burger King was fighting the fact that they weren't on every street corner like McDonald's was. Right. So they released an ad, and I want to play the ad first because I think it'll give an idea of the discussion around where I'm going with how important technology can be. Yeah. So let's play the ad, and then we'll talk about it.
Burger King wants you to come here. Yes to McDonald's.
Burger King is trolling its fast food rival
with a promotion available through the Burger King mobile app.
Yeah, but there is a small catch.
So I saw this Burger King commercial where you could
get a Whopper for a penny.
Only if you open the app while you're at McDonald's.
That doesn't even make sense. You have to go to McDonald's for a Whopper?
Whopper?
Use Burger King's BK app, then be within 600 feet of a McDonald's restaurant.
Burger King geofenced over 14,000
McDonald's restaurants in the U.S.
Unbelievable.
So I parked my news car about 100 feet from a McDonald's.
I'm at McDonald's getting a coupon for Burger King. I almost feel like I'm stealing. Let's go for the unlock.
Yes!
You unlocked the Whopper detour.
This is a really cool promo, guys. How fun is this?
That's crazy.
Nice.
That's so horrible.
That's funny.
This is an amazing use of technology to get consumers out of a rival store and into your own store.
Can you do a Whopper Jr.?
They probably could make that. It wouldn't be as good as Burger King would, to be honest with you. Okay, where's the Burger King?
Like 4 blocks to your left.
So brilliant. Like, what
Genius.
a smart way to... And the intersection of, you're saying, of technology and in marketing, but it's just brands that are willing to take chances like that, so I always imagine like the ad agency or the marketing person going into a boardroom and go, okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna drive people to McDonald's, and people are like, you're fired. Like, you know what I mean? Like to even from the executive or the senior leadership to actually go forward with that, amazing,
incredible,
like incredible.
And to look at, obviously there was a lot of marketing, and creative that went into that, but from an app side of things, geofencing 14,000 locations, doubling your online orders, tripling payment processing through an app, security, downloads. I mean, everything that goes into, even they had mapping to the closest Burger King from the McDonald's. Like, that is a massive undertaking. And then to have 1.5 million active users and go to #1 on the App Store, like, just the pure complexities behind releasing the application to be able to keep up with the marketing is astonishing. And it just shows you how important both sides of those two things are.
100%. And I think it's on top of that, even just using the technology is creative and messaging is important as well. Like, because we do a lot of geofencing for clients, and the missing component sometimes, and it's hit and miss on it, like every advertising. I remember someone said a quote, 50% of advertising works, we just don't know which 50%. So sometimes it's hit and miss, right? But being able to be creative enough to an incentive messaging, 1 cent burger, like just, and you saw the ROI, I think it's a 37 to 1 return, like
unheard of.
Like clients would be doing cartwheels. And I think I was curious, and it said on there that it actually even continued afterwards. It wasn't just a one-time hit, like sales increased. I think they said doubled on the platform.
Yeah, and you still see them turn back. So I've been doing some research on this morning, obviously, before the podcast, and Burger King's still turning back to that ad on social media. So like, smart. I mean, years later, 5-6 years later, or longer even, they're turning back to that and releasing clips and still commenting on it. And the whole point was, okay, we're not going to open 7,000 more locations. No. So how do we have fun with what we have? And I think a lot of my clients and your clients can benefit from that, of like, okay, what do you have now and how do you make it work? Rather than, I think one idea would be we need to open a whole ton more brick and mortar stores where this creative said, you know what, let's just be good with what we have and be competitive with it. And that's what they did. And it was incredible. It honestly saved them at the time that they were in.
That's crazy. Yeah. Well, and I'd be curious, like even the cost to execute something like that is different than like if they would have ran a Super Bowl ad, millions of dollars or whatever. So with technology, it doesn't always have to be about dollars. It's about being creative as well. It actually got me thinking at even like a local level, because I always find these, we talk about these things or see these, and businesses might be listening locally and go, well, how do I do that here? Yeah. So I actually saw on LinkedIn, and I'm going to get this wrong, but that's fine. You guys get the idea. I believe it was Silver Star. I'm almost positive it was Silver Star. They actually posted a picture of a billboard.
I saw that.
Did you see that?
Yeah, it was Big White's billboard, right?
Was it? I can't remember. I thought it was Silver Star, but one of these local ski hills.
Okay.
But the billboard never ran. They just actually posted the picture of a billboard, and it had like hundreds of comments on it.
I think it was Silver Star. You're right.
But they never ran. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's brilliant. They did it purposefully. They did it like, hey, look at our new billboard.
Never had a billboard.
But it never had a billboard. And I'm like, just being creative with your channels and being creative with your marketing and being able to just take a chance. Right?
100%.
So I think that sometimes we hesitate. And I think you made a comment before I went on the podcast, is like, we don't see campaigns like this anymore. Like, and I think a lot of times we become lazy, or we just do what we've always done, or we don't want to take a chance. Sometimes you got to just.
Do you think AI, like, and we're actually both talking about authentic engagement next week, and is AI being used for creativity, but is it also limiting creativity? Like, when you're using AI all the time, are you missing these out of the box ideas that aren't? I mean, let's be honest, this is not going to come from ChatGPT. Perplexity's not, or any of these models aren't going to say, hey, you know what you should do? You should go kill your competition in a campaign. Like, they're not going to promote that type of creativity. What do you think about that? Like, do you think there's a little bit that maybe people are getting too zoned into AI and they're missing some creative?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I just did a post about this not too long ago about that you can't lose a human aspect in marketing.
Right.
And again, if they ran that campaign, but Burger King had bad branding, had bad execution, the staff was terrible, the burgers were terrible, it would have failed.
100%.
Right. So how important your brand and marketing, all the foundation part is. And I actually think it'd be interesting, because as you were saying that, I'm like, I wonder what ChatGPT would give us. Like, it'd be interesting to go and say, here's all the parameters. Like, I've been following some people that are really pushing that model now, and you got to keep pushing and keep pushing. And it's actually delivering some pretty cool ideas. Like, it wouldn't probably build out a full. Well, actually, I shouldn't even say it
could.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it could. I don't know. But that's the thing, right? I think the key to that, and for our listeners that are using AI, is AI needs to be pushed.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, like the first result you get is what it thinks is the best result, but it also hasn't been fed enough information from you to bring something to the level. So I think that's a really good point you raise, is like, how are you personally using AI? Are you hoping that the first time you type something in and get an output, that's the one and you run with it? Or are you really trying to vet through these ideas and concepts that AI is bringing to you?
Yeah, it's interesting. I follow this guy or a girl, I don't know, it's a person online, don't even know if it's a guy or girl, but this pushing ChatGPT, and it's hilarious because ChatGPT will come back and say, well, I can't create that. And you're like, well, just think outside the box and do it.
Yeah.
Like create me a 6D image, and it keeps pushing until it actually does it. It's amazing. Like amazing the limits you can keep pushing on those sort of things. So, but yeah, I think that technology there's good and bad. Obviously we talk about AI, and I think sometimes I would say marketers or business owners become lazy and complacent and just keep doing what they've always done, and they're like, well, we can't do that. Why not? Why can't a local company execute something similar and you only geofence 14 locations rather than 14,000 or something? Like, it's okay. Like you can be creative in your own market with this sort of stuff as well.
And I think that's the value in, not to make this salesy, but that is the value in having a tech team aligned with a marketing company.
For sure, 100%.
That can execute both of those paths, like
we were just talking about it, like we came on, we just had one of our new brands launch this week, Side Hustle.
Sidehustle.ca.
Shout out to Side Hustle. They officially launched after a year.
Yeah, over a year
of development. But we worked together for the marketing side. And even this morning, we're talking about, hey, like, how's it going there? We need to tweak this. And we're able to work together from a tech and marketing side. And we're already seeing like amazing results. We're seeing really good feedback already. So that's a local company. Yeah. Right. Well, Saskatoon, but local. But.
And the thing with that is, don't get me wrong, we're not sitting up here saying this brand is launching as Burger King or as Amazon. But being aligned from a marketing and a technology perspective allows businesses to move quicker. If Burger King would have launched this ad and the app would have crashed and been not taking them to Burger King and not processing payments and getting hacked, this would have all went downhill very fast, right?
And Cale's giving away 1 cent websites, so if anyone's
you just have to drive to my competitor and find my house. And then,
No, don't do that. Don't show up to Cale's house. I think it would be cool to show, because I think you provided the video of McDonald's response to this ad. And I thought it's interesting to have an opinion on it. But can we play that, guys, and just show what this is a response?
I got nothing to do. Hey, 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 it's just a sunny day. La-doo-da-doo-da-da. Ain't no clouds up in the sky. I dream them up and watch my daydreams go by. Hey, 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 it's just a sunny day. Ain't got time to worry. The sun is gonna shine all day. I'm not gonna hurry. You can tell the company they can keep my pay.
I guess I didn't get that English, but that's okay.
I think people get it.
Yeah. What do you think on that? Like, from a marketing perspective?
First time I saw it, like, because I watched it this morning when you sent the link, and I said, like, it's bullying, like they're promoting bullying. It was the very first thing that came to mind. And I'm thinking now, like, especially today, running that, I don't even know if that ad would even get approved to run today. So it's interesting. It's cute. It's fun. I get it. But executing it that way with a kid really getting bullied, I'm assuming at school, was an interesting approach.
I thought they had a really unique opportunity to promote something cool within their app.
Right.
Because McDonald's at the time was pushing the app downloads too and discounts. And we didn't see anything into the app. And like Burger King was like, hey, use our app to find our locations, because they were gathering great data on their end user. I thought they missed the mark on, the technology side of it. They didn't really promote their app. They didn't really address what Burger King had done. And then I think it's hard to get in a room with creatives and go, how do we respond to this? Because Burger King crushed it.
Right.
It's hard to go up, on stage after someone crushes it and have to speak. So I think it's a similar thing here where you get on your heels a little bit. And I just don't think that ad hit.
No, it's like, if you're getting bullied, eat Burger King.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of like, and again, I get it. It's cute. It's funny. It kind of makes you chuckle a little bit, but I'd be curious if what the feedback was. Like I've always wondered, like one campaign we studied in university was, remember the What's Up? Do you remember What's Up?
Oh yeah.
Who was it? Budweiser?
Budweiser, I think.
Remember DJJ? I think it was Budweiser. Anyway, so that campaign was one of the most successful marketing campaigns ever.
Yeah.
Sales flatlined or declined during that campaign.
Wow.
So because it didn't resonate, it didn't connect to buy. Right. So this Burger King one connected 100% to purchase.
Right.
Come in, buy first, and people know you're going to buy fries, you're going to buy whatever, and you're going to be back. So, but that campaign was successful in marketing, but actually returned like the What's Up. So I'm wondering if this McDonald's commercial, what happened? Did they get backlash? Did sales decline? Did they increase? Did they get, again, I think they're doing okay, McDonald's.
Yeah. But it's you make a great point. Like the Burger King ad actually won like national awards. Mm-hmm. They were looked at for brand loyalty. They thought, it's such a fun play.
Right.
They didn't get the backlash of, why would you do that to McDonald's? They did it in a playful and fun enough way that it was like, but at the same time, how crazy, I still can't get over this. You're driving people, you're sending people to your competitors' parking lots.
Yeah.
Right? Like they're already at McDonald's.
It's not like Apple, when they first came out, they're like, if you want a PC, go ahead. But like, this is like literally like, go to McDonald's.
Yeah. Like you have to go there to get the penny burger, which I think is crazy. So my whole point with this idea that I had was, you need both. You need the tech side and you need the marketing. And I think marketing can drive some very unique downloads or drives to websites. If you're out there and you're not lacking driving business, or you're not getting downloads, or you don't have an idea of why people are coming to your website, starting by auditing the software itself and figuring out what may or may not be working with it, and then reevaluating your marketing plan to figure out how are you driving people to your site, to your app, to wherever it is that you're going. Doing those together, I mean, we're seeing those results. And I think they speak for themselves.
Agreed.
Yeah.
That was fun. That was great campaigns.
Yeah.
We should do that more often. We should critique campaigns once a month.
Do we have, and I don't know if someone wants to see one more, but do we want to show the burger go?
The last one, let's do it.
Okay.
That'll be our last one, and then we'll sign off.
What a difference a day made. 24 little hours. What a difference a day made. I know in my heart the difference is you.
And that's a response to like, McDonald's, supposedly if you leave a hamburger out for like weeks, it doesn't change. It's the same thing. It looks the same thing. So it was back then. And I don't know if you remember Super Size Me documentary where the guy ate like nothing but McDonald's for 30 days or something. He did that. He left it out. And so Burger King back, well, our stuff does rot because it is real. So it was kind of clever. Like it is kind of clever way to shot against. I think McDonald's burgers are real now. I hope they are.
I don't know. I can tell you though that you can see, it's momentum, confidence. Mm-hmm. When his brand is marketing with confidence. And, really understands their target audience. Like you can see they had momentum there, and they kept
cheeky
going.
And fun, and they're good with it.
Yeah. So if you're a small business out there, these are all things that you can be doing now. You don't have to do it to the scale of a Super Bowl ad or a TV ad, but get creative, be different. People are marketed to with ads all the time, all day long. Like think outside the box and do something different.
I like it. Good way to end. Do something different. That's it.
Let's go get a Whopper.
Let's get it. Thanks everyone. Take care.
Bye.